welcome to this week's episode of Happily Ever Caffeinated, your weekly wedding video series where we get stupid high on coffee and talk about weddings. I am your host, Staci Mandikas, co-founder of FotoBoho, and I'm here today with Staci with Unique Weddings and Events, and we are going to be talking at-home weddings for Thanksgiving week. We're going to bring it home. Let's do this. Hi.
Hi.
So, okay, I've known you for many, many years.
8 years.
What?
8 years.
Do you have it like circled on your calendar?
We only see each other once every like 5 years though.
Well, I mean, that's, you know, we have to set a date because we're both
cocktails.
we're very important, busy people.
Coffee.
Yes. Coffee and cocktails is the only way. So I've known you for that very, very long time, but I don't think we ever were like, you never told me the story of how you became a wedding coordinator.
Because we just drink and socialize.
We just drink and socialize. So tell me what it is exactly that you do. I know that you do many things under your wedding coordinator hat.
Oh, I hate that word.
Wedding planner hat?
I'm in the category of wedding planners.
Okay.
And because I do plan weddings.
Okay.
I help couples find the venue, the DJ, the music, work out all those details. But my background's actually in design.
Oh.
So I was in the interior design field before I got into event design, and it kind of melded itself into the events, and it's the same idea of designing interiors and designing events.
Right.
So I took all that experience and brought it to events, and I do the same design methodology. We do, gather information, pull together a concept, floor plans, sketches, ideas, and we look for inspiration outside of the industry to kind of bring some new ideas into the industry. And
so do you do a lot of at-home weddings?
We do. It was a niche that we didn't look for. It just kind of happened.
Oh.
We started getting all these different kinds of residential weddings, weddings at home. And basically I define weddings at home as anything that is not at a fully functional, sorry. That is not at a...
I can take it for you. No. Hello? No, she's busy right now.
We've done everything from really casual backyard, daisies everywhere kind of wedding to a massive estate in South Tampa with private security guards and AC and plexi covered dance floor to a house on the beach where we have to bring in the tent and everything. So it just depends. Everybody thinks that an at-home wedding is like the backyard hoedown, and it's not. It can be absolutely elegant and tasteful.
It can be a backyard hoedown, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah,
I think that's fun. But,
yeah.
But there's so many different ways to do it, and I think people think that if it's an at-home wedding that it can't be upscale and elegant, and it can. It absolutely can.
So do you have any specific tips for people getting married at home? Like, I feel like even though it's very low-key, they should still definitely get a designer, or maybe even more so get a designer in that case, because there is more. Is it more work than having at a venue?
The home, there's no dance floor, tables, chairs, flatware, glassware, plateware.
You gotta bring everything in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it could sometimes be more or even the same as if you found a venue. So usually when it comes to having a wedding at home, we want it to be a meaningful decision as opposed to an economical decision.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So do you have any specific tips or like pitfalls that you've seen at home weddings that you want? Okay, so inform. What should we avoid with at home weddings, or what do you recommend?
Well, I think with having a wedding at home, we always say it's about the 3 Ps: power, parking, and potty.
I love that. Isn't that what all of life is boiled down to?
That should be a wedding in itself.
It should be.
Yes. Power in that, you don't know if the home actually has the electrical to be able to support, the equipment needed for a wedding, the DJ's equipment, lighting, generators, I guess generators have their own stuff, but the catering, they have sometimes to bring a stove, a fryer, there's a lot of things that have to be brought in, so you just want to make sure that the electrical can actually support that. You plug in the DJ next to projection, like a foot, they'll knock each other out. You don't want to be getting down to the latest Beyonce and then you're trip the breaker.
Nothing. Yeah.
Good way to end the party.
Yeah.
With parking, you know, you're talking about sometimes 50, 100 cars. Wow. So where are these cars going to go?
Right.
Is there parking on property? Is there land nearby that you can utilize? Do you need to hire valet? You know, that's another option. Or parking attendants that could take care of that. Right. Also, your HOA, are they going to have an issue with all the cars parking on the street? If parking on the street is an option, is that going to be okay? Right. A little tidbit that we usually tell our clients is invite the neighbors to the wedding. Yeah. They're going to be less likely to complain about noise.
Yes, exactly.
If they're at your bar too, then they'll be a lot less likely to complain.
Exactly.
So that's definitely one. And of course, potty.
Potty, very important.
If it's a 2-story house and there's only 1 half bath downstairs and you don't want people upstairs, it can be a major challenge because you're talking about 100 people and 1 restroom. Right. So, you know, bringing portable restrooms in, not porta potties, restroom trailers, very nice ones, could be brought in as well. So it's kind of making sure those 3 Ps are taken care of. That's our big focus.
I love it.
And then once those are taken care of, those are the big challenges, everything else is cake. Yeah. Literally.
How is it for you when you compare putting together a wedding at a venue versus putting together a wedding at a home? Do you have a preference?
I like doing weddings at home because, you know, if you're doing a wedding at a venue, chances are you've worked there before. Right. So, you know, not that it's boring or stale, but, you know, there's a certain idea. Right. A wedding at home is challenges.
There are things to figure out.
Like, where's the cake table going to go? And where's this going to go? And can we set this up here? Or, you know what? We can turn this spot area. We can cover it over and put the DJ on top. Right. So it's kind of like fun piecing everything together. It's kind of like a little puzzle. So it's fun.
And for the designer in you, I can imagine that gets you all excited.
Oh, turns me on.
Oh. It was a pleasure meeting you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I guess I'll see you in 6 years?
8.
8 years. Oh, okay. I'll see you in 8 years.
Every 8 years.
Every 8 years. Over coffee and cocktails.
Coffee or cocktails?
One of the two. Cocktails.
Cocktails are better.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Wait, what? Always question with the Q. Questions help us learn things new. Question marks are very cool, especially when you're in school. Always question when you try, you'll find